Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Kyle, Mike, and Josh from the Fantasy Phenom. We're back. We're better than ever. Breaking down today's 12 MLB games. 12 MLB games on the slate today.
Yeah, man. Ready to make some money.
How you guys doing?
What up? We're back.
What up?
Oh, man. Yeah, I've been just watching some baseball here in this little break we had, and it's just a good time. April's the best, isn't it, guys?
It really is.
Man. So happy. Dude, I was going to call in sick yesterday, and I couldn't pull the trigger. But I'm excited, man. I'm trying to get in the Slack as much as I can and help people out. But
we see you in there. You doing your thing. What's up, everybody?
I'm trying, guys.
Everybody's starting to pile in here.
What's up, fellas?
Just making a couple edits here. Bam.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm trying to multitask, and I'm just really not good at that. So as you guys learn about myself, that's just one of my poor skills, multitasking.
We'll be all right. Mike will survive. Or we'll be all right with breaking this down. As soon as I'm done here, we'll be able to.
All right. I mean,
give me your favorite games of the day, just to look at while I finish doing this. This kind of messed up as we started the video.
Favorite games of the day. I really want to say Baltimore and Toronto, but they're not swinging the bat well enough. I like the Marlins-Washington game. I think that's going to be a good game. Colorado-Milwaukee. Going to be a lot of runs there tonight. And San Fran and Arizona, I believe, the same.
yeah, I think those are the two games that you should be on. I think Colorado, Milwaukee, San Francisco, Arizona. There's going to be a lot of intriguing pitching, starting pitchers today. Like Dylan Bundy, for example, intrigues me. Just because, big prospect, not been healthy, is finally healthy, had a pretty decent spring. They're excited about him, so he's interesting. And then both pitchers in the San Francisco-Arizona game are intriguing to me, obviously both on new teams, going up against each other. Then, Paxton intrigues me, Chatwood. I think there's just a lot of intriguing starters today. Pineda, what can we say about Pineda? This dude is he's lights out when he wants to be.
So I've been talking with Corey all day about Pineda, man. You guys, for those of you that are in Slack, you guys know who Corey is. He's actually pretty well regarded as one of the knowledgeable guys on baseball in there. So shout out to you, Corey. You've been holding it down in Slack. Appreciate your help, buddy. Dude, we were talking last night, and Pineda's a guy that he's pure GPP. I don't know if you can play Pineda in cash, because if he gives it up, right? He can get rocked
for sure.
He can get rocked for 10 runs, or he can go 10 strikeouts.
And he can do both. This is the thing, man.
This is true.
It's fun. I don't know if it's fun to watch or just aggravating. I get aggravating watching him because he's visually frustrated.
I completely agree. Oh my God, he pisses me off.
I don't know. I feel like he's swatting flies after he throws pitches sometimes. It does. It's very and you can tell once he starts to get frustrated on the mound, you just know. All right, these guys are about to string together hits. It's just he doesn't understand that sometimes balls go through and it's not the end of the world. Doesn't mean you just have to throw up meatballs for the rest of the inning.
Right. What you guys see here on the screen is the new and improved projection sheet. This is what I send out every day now. Actually, what it's going to be is, it's even so. Oh man, I'm so excited. I worked on this all night last night. So basically, it's a Google sheet, and so it updates live. I know Gundacker uses the same type of format, so he's been on this way before me. But it's going to make things so much easier for baseball, because as you see here, I can go in and confirm lineups, right? So if you look here to this LA-Oakland game, these lineups are in red. They're not confirmed yet. These are projected lineups. Now, if you look here, if they're in green, they're confirmed. These lineups are set. They have their bat hand. This is the pitchers' splits. So versus left-handed pitchers, Taijuan Walker is this. Versus right-handers, at home, at nighttime, and in April. And these are 3-year running averages. Remember that. So how these are, it makes it easy to see, and they're all color-coded. So you see in what environment does he have the best average. And it's at home versus right-handed pitchers. He's at home. Now, granted, you have to also remember, home for Taijuan Walker was Safeco. Now it's Arizona. Very different park, so do factor that in. But clearly does better versus right-handed batters. OBP tells the same story. So you see green across the board. Clearly he pitched better at home, and that makes a lot of sense being at Safeco. Look at Matt Moore. He's all over the place. But it gives you, historically, he's pitched well in April. Look at his April stats. He's green across the board here. So that's something to look at. So that's how you're going to see. So this is going to be, it's going to be a new link every single day because it's going to be a new spreadsheet every single day. I have a master copy that I send out, or that I build, and then I upload it here. So first game we got, Cleveland, Texas, guys.
This is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cal.
I was going to say, not quite the scoring affairs that we expected the first two games, but also, to that extent, we also have ace pitchers, so keep that in mind, like Mike has always said.
Yes. I mean, that's what we're going to have to look at going forward, obviously. Sorry, let me refocus.
No, you're good. Do your thing, Mike. Josh, what do you got?
This game intrigues me a lot, guys. Hamels, he's not where he was. I mean, he's still going to be a high K rate guy, but his composure on the mound is something that I look at in Hamels. If Cleveland gets up, Hamels will get blown up. And then going off Salazar, he did not come back the same at the back half of the year last year after the injury. And I don't know his stats off spring. I honestly didn't pay attention to him. But this is a great park factor. Winds blowing out 15 miles an hour. I could see this game being high scoring.
Sam asks, how the hell do you make these sheets? A lot of time, buddy. A lot of time goes into these sheets.
Yeah, I agree with you, Josh. Though I mean, I could see this game going either way. So obviously in Texas, we saw yesterday's game. I mean, I could see Salazar kind of doing what Carrasco did. I think Salazar is pretty. Both these guys are aces on many other teams, right?
I actually think Salazar might be. When he's on, I think he's better than Kluber, and Kluber's obviously their number one guy. But is that
as far as DFS? I totally agree with you, just because of the K upside.
First half of the year, definitely. Last year.
Cole Hamels, though, I don't know that he's got the K upside in this game against Cleveland. Obviously, some of these guys definitely work their way on base a lot. Generally, contact pitcher as of late. So I don't know that I'm really targeting much in this game, just because it's hard to discern, what will happen.
Here's where I look, man. I look at Edwin Encarnacion, and the reason I look there. Look at his at-bats per home run versus lefties. 15 at-bats per home run. I like that a lot. His fly ball percentage, he hits 50% of his 50% of the balls he hits in play are fly balls versus left-handed hitters. That is a great statistic, right? Obviously, you want that when you're looking for a home run. So I see this game as a game where you target Encarnacion from a one-off perspective. I'm not stacking Cleveland. I'm not stacking Texas. If I'm looking here at all, Encarnacion is that guy I'm one-offing today.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's a prime pivot off of Goldschmidt. I think Goldschmidt's going to be pretty chalky today.
Look at that ownership, man. Let's check, actually, real quick. Let's check what the matchup WOBA is here.
1 second, Kyle. You got Geyer in the 3-hole and the 6-hole. I think he's hitting 3, confirmed.
Do I have him both spots? Oh, shoot. Yeah, I do. What was he? Their 6-hole. I forget what it was.
I got it here in 2 seconds.
Pull it up for me, yeah.
Um,
Dodgers and Padres lineups just came out, so I will edit that once we get there.
It's 6 Yandy Diaz, 7 Austin Jackson, 8 Roberto Perez,
That's who it
9 Abraham.
There we go.
I like Geyer as a punt too.
Yeah, versus
Lefty killer.
lefties. Yeah, that's what he's there for, lefties. All right, so let's check Encarnacion's BVP matchup or batter matchup.
And with Geyer, I don't think this is a confirmed platoon, so he's definitely going to come out trying to
He's got to
get the
show
crap
something.
out of the ball.
Look at Encarnacion's. He's really the only one here that's above average on Cleveland, right? Santana. So remember, average is 320 for a WOBA. So matchup WOBA, the only one that really stands out is Encarnacion at 340. That is considered above average. Everyone else here is at average or below. So it makes sense that Encarnacion is the one-off for today in this game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's 5 for 14 career with 1 home run.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, so me and Theo were working earlier on, we're building early slate lineups. Obviously, those were all canceled because of the 2 early games. We targeted players specifically on WOBA. That's all we did was matchup WOBA. So we used my projected matchup WOBA. We got Brian Dozier, Miguel Sano. Damn it, who's their 6th guy? Mike, who's right behind Sano? Escobar.
Today, yeah, Escobar.
Escobar, and then Lorenzo Cain on the Royals. All 4 of those guys had great fantasy days. So, and granted, that's one sample size, but it is worth noting, right? So, the stat is, and I'll repeat this every single show, this is the most relevant DFS stat there is. It weighs outcomes. It weighs doubles more than singles, triples more than doubles, and home runs more than triples, right? Progressively weighted higher, just as DFS does. Home runs weighted the most, triples next, doubles, etc. So
I'd be curious to create a statistic that weighs home runs, doubles, triples, singles on the same point values that the sites do. Similarly to WOBA.
True, yeah. Andrew
be more
asked,
fantasy specific WOBA.
Andrew asked, if no one else on the team has a good WOBA, do you back off because no one will really knock them in? That's a very fair point. So remember, Encarnacion, if we're looking, so Mike mentioned a pivot off of Goldschmidt. I think he becomes a pivot off Goldschmidt for GPP for ownership standpoint. And baseball is the sport that I view ownership the least in, right? I don't think it's because there's so many games in a day. Ownership is so spread out. But if you really want to get lower ownership, Encarnacion will be lower owned. And if he hits a home run alone, even if it's a solo shot, and he doesn't do anything else the rest of the game, you've got 18 points, and he's already beat value. So I think you're playing him for the home run upside more so than trying to knock people in.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what about Miami-Washington? Because this is a game I am all over.
Yeah, Stan's probably going to go yard today. He's my home run call of the day.
I don't mind that at all. I like Yelich too. I think 3 through 5 could be a good spot to go. Look at Justin Bour against righties. I mean, there's 350 WOBA for a pretty bad player. Then you look at hard contact even for a pretty bad player at 35.8.
Who is this?
Justin Bour. I mean, I think that 3 through 5 is in play. Obviously, with Stanton being a run producer, it's hard to play the guy behind him. But still.
I like Real Muto as a punt at 2,200 on FanDuel. He's better on the road and versus right-handers.
Yep.
That's really cheap. Yeah, he's 35 on DraftKings. It's hard to find catcher punts today. That's what I'm literally doing as we speak.
Let's look at speaking of that, let's look at Stanton versus Rourke. And again, I'm doing this. I'm not going to do this forever because this is kind of paid content. But for the first week or so, while we're getting MLB under our feet, I want to show you guys, for those of you that aren't pros, what you kind of receive and how to use these sheets. And those of you that do get it, how to use them, right? Because this is advanced stats right here. So for those of you that are new to baseball, this stuff doesn't make sense. So Stanton's WOBA matchup WOBA is 334, but his BVP WOBA is 409. 400 is the threshold for excellent. So, let's see what his BVP is. Let's look that up. You have it?
I got it right here. Yeah, it is 6 for 25 with 3 home runs.
There you go.
But what I like about it is he only has 4 strikeouts versus Rourke.
Yes, that's the only thing that worries me. So I was gonna get there, right? Rourke is one of my favorite pitchers on the slate today. Here's my issue with Rourke. Look at his Ks per 9. He nowhere, in no situation does he have higher than an 8 per 9. And more so than not, it's lower. If you look at the pitcher stats, Rourke is somewhere on here, right here. He has the third lowest K per 9 on the slate at 6.5.
Yeah, so people are not going to be on him just for that reason. I mean, it's just such a simple stat that people look at and then they just write him off. But I think he's going to be a good play. Just has limited upside, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's playing the Marlins. Obviously, got some big bats.
If you look, the runs per game, Marlins are one of the worst in the league at 4.07. So that's kind of where you're looking. The other one is the Phillies down here at 3.77, and we'll get to Brandon Finnegan in a minute. But that K percentage, that's the only thing, and that worries me as well. That's the reason I'm not all in on him, because we talk about strikeout percentages being the single most correlating factor to successful DFS, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, on DraftKings, you have Pineda and you have Roark. Literally pretty much the same price. Salazar's right in that boat as well. I'm just kind of curious to see where the ownership falls out of those three guys.
Salazar would be the lowest owned.
Yeah, just because he's playing Texas.
Ginger asks, how do you feel about Greg Bird at second today? I'm guessing second in the order? I don't think
Yeah. No, he's definitely not playing second base. That's for damn sure. And this is pretty much what I was saying the other day. I don't really know why they were batting Sanchez third anyway.
Wasn't he batting second? Sanchez?
I have Greg Bird in the 3-hole.
I said why? Yeah, I have him in the 3-hole too. Actually, I don't know why Gary Sanchez is batting second. To be honest with you, I don't necessarily agree with it.
I have confirmed lineup: Gardner, Sanchez, Bird, Holiday, Ellsbury.
Yeah, I just double checked. He's hitting 3.
Okay, so back to this Nationals. This is one of the teams I'm stacking today. I love.
Yep.
I honestly, I think this is going to be a stack all year. Turner, Eaton, Harper, Murphy, all year. Rendon is going to be, depending on his health, a good option. But I love this 4, and if you look at batter matchups, man, I mean, Bryce Harper is Bryce Harper, right? He can hit a home run anytime. He always does well in the beginning of the year. April is one of his best months. Where are we at? What's it?
Yeah, I like this Nationals 1 through 4, man.
So matchup WOBA, you have Anthony Rendon at 370, Daniel Murphy 320. Where's Bryce Harper at? Why is Bryce Harper not on here? There he is. Bryce Harper, 354 matchup WOBA, which is great. Trey Turner 325, which is average. Daniel Murphy 320, Eaton 320. So they're all at average or better, which makes, if you factor that in, they're not the best stack on the slate, which I think I would agree with. I'm definitely not stacking them everywhere. But
yeah, but those top 4 lefties, man, I think
Trey Turner's righty.
Trey Turner. Trey Turner. Yeah, those three lefties. I think Harper has I wrote down he's a .412 on base percentage versus righties, I guess, in his career. That's something I'm looking at, obviously. And then you look at his WOBA versus righties. What does it say there? I can't read it.
Who is it? Trey Turner?
No, Harper 397 WOBA versus righties.
Trey Turner's 394. Daniel Murphy's 361. And Adam Eaton's 354.
Yeah, so that's the making of a pretty good stack.
Yeah.
Just not cheap, and I don't know that that's the expensive stack I'm going for. I'm more just looking for a one-off, and I like Turner the most.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything to add there before I move on, Josh?
Nope.
Cool.
All good.
Toronto, Baltimore, we have J. Happ. It's J, not J-A. J. Happ and Dylan Bundy. So Dylan Bundy is, I believe this is his second year. Did last year even count as a year for him? Does that?
Yeah.
Okay, so he did pitch enough.
It did.
I'm really not on a Baltimore stack. J. Happ is not a bad pitcher.
No.
However, I am going some Toronto, and I am right back at that 1 through 4 on Toronto. And I can even go the 2 through 5 or 3 through 6.
Yeah, I like Devin Travis a lot today as well. He's one of the top priced second basemen on the slate for a reason. I don't He's just a contact guy, gets on base. I think similar to Turner. I mean, not similar to Turner, but
Yeah. Look at
I like Travis today.
Look at these Wobas versus right-handed bats for the top three. 357 for Travis, 374 Donaldson, and 383 Batista.
I actually like Morales is my favorite play there.
Yeah.
He was swinging the bat well the other night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he flew out to the track twice, if I recall.
Yeah, I like Morales as well.
Yeah, I'm all over that 1 through 4. I know I have Donaldson, Batista, Morales, and I believe Martin in a stack. So
I don't know. I think I like Trumbo and Rickard on the Orioles too, though. I think I can make the case for trying to get a home run out of Trumbo against Hap. Rickard
he's a reverse
does well
split guy.
versus lefties.
Yeah, he's a reverse split guy. So yeah, I could see that.
You look there.
I mean, here's the thing with Rickard, right? If you talk about this Baltimore offense, if that leadoff guy gets on base, got a ton of power behind him to knock them in. So.
Yeah, I like Rickard. I wonder what his price is on DraftKings.
What's Mancini eligible on FanDuel? Is he first base eligible?
Yes, I believe so.
I could go there as a punt. He's got power upside. I mean, versus lefty, he's got the platoon. Machado's always in play.
I like that too.
The only thing I worry about Mancini is the same thing that Mike has with Stanton, right? You bat behind Chris Davis, who, if he hits a home run, he's clearing the bases. So.
Yeah, but Chris Davis sucks versus lefties. 227 average.
He is. Well, Chris Davis, his average is never good versus anyone.
Yeah, I know, but still, he's probably going to get 5 at bats. If he goes 1 for 5 with a bomb, I still.
Here's another one though.
I'll take.
Mark Trumbo is a reverse split guy. He does not hit lefties well at all.
He's a righty killer.
Yep. So Trumbo is not.
Same thing as
Go ahead.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Same thing as Nolan Arenado. Just if anyone doesn't know that off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Both righty killers.
And he's facing a righty today, so we'll get there. That's a stack I love. Would you play either of these pitchers? Are either of them on your radar?
Hap.
Okay. I agree with that. Hap has done well, too. He's done well versus Baltimore.
I just don't like the park. I don't like it either way. If they play in Toronto, the park's going to suck, too. But
Atlanta and New York. So the long-awaited return of Bartolo Colon. How long? What's the over/under on the standing ovation when he gets there?
They're gonna give him something.
I guarantee you they have a Vegas prop for it. I guarantee there's a Vegas prop for over/under on on length of ovation.
I'm sure they will.
They had one for the length of the national anthem for the Super Bowl. I'm sure.
When Bartolo Colon retires as a Met, they're gonna have a statue of him with a bat, not with a glove.
Dude, that home run versus San Diego last year was so epic. Now they have to get him mid-swing with his helmet coming off.
No, I'm pretty sure Eduardo Nunez leads the league in helmet coming off.
He does. Dude. Every time he's running, that helmet comes off.
It's like a weapon, man. It's pretty scary.
So Jacob deGrom does amazing at home. Look at these splits right here. He's green across the board at home. 218 average. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right-handed hitters, which he also does well. 262 average at home. 292. A 302 WOBA, which is below average. That's really good. The only problem is his strikeouts at home are not that great. Home runs per 9 does give up the most home runs at home. Fastball percentage. But he is a better home pitcher than he is away. So, do you like him? And against this anemic offense, but the only reason I'm cautious on DeGrom is you see that low K per 9, and then you look at these team stats. Where are they at? I know they're on here somewhere.
Yeah, Atlanta's bottom 5 in the league in K rate.
Yep, I saw that too, and I was considering him or Rich Hill. I think Rich Hill, I just went for the K per 9.
Atlanta is bottom 5, 20%. So right below. I mean, the league averages. Granted, it's only 1% less than league average, but still.
And then you look at San Diego at
25%.
25%, and you look at Rich Hill has a higher K per 9 average over last season as well. So that's where I went instead of DeGrom. I think you can target Bartolo Colon with some of these lefties though to hit a homer. Yes. I was looking at Duda. I was looking at Granderson. What do you think, Josh?
Oh yeah, I was texting Kyle earlier. I said revenge game, New York Mets. I'm not even revenge, but
They know Cologne like the inside of their hand, man.
The BVP doesn't show for guys that lived for 20 years, at a team. But you got to think spring training, how many games aren't recorded numbers wise? I mean, I guarantee Lucas Duda has hit 30 home runs off Bartolo Colon.
I'm telling you, that's the guy I'm looking at.
Duda, Curtis, and Arnaud, he's been there for a little bit, coming up through the system. How long? Cabrera's been there for a little bit, and Cespedes has a couple years under his belt. But I'd say Duda, Arnaud, and Curtis. So I'm looking there.
So
I literally just put that in the lineup.
I went a little different. I have just a two-man stack from this game. It's kind of a one-off stack, I guess you would call it. But I like Asdrubal Cabrera and Curtis Granderson, both lefties.
Yeah, I like that too.
I think you
can go Reyes too if you wanted to. Just skip over Cespedes, go 1, 2, and 4. But I think Duda and Darno is a nice little two-man at the bottom there.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, but any left-handed bats are in play. If you look over at the fly ball rate versus left-handed hitters for Cologne, it's 41.7%. It's pretty high.
It's pretty bad.
By the way,
and if you look at the home run per 9 last season was like 1.7. I know right there it says 1.1, but if you just look last season, if you just look last season, he was amongst the league leaders in home runs versus lefties.
By the way, we now have all lineups confirmed. So.
Heyo.
Anything else to add on this game? Do you look at DeGrom? Is DeGrom a guy you can play tonight? He is expensive, but do you look there?
He's cash viable.
Yeah, again, I just think it's paying $200 more for Rich Hill seems just as cash viable with more upside.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize there's that big of a difference. How much is it on FanDuel? About 1,000? Or are they close on FanDuel, too?
You mean DraftKings?
FanDuel, they're 200. Yeah,
DraftKings
cheaper, Rich Hill.
DraftKings is 200.
So is FanDuel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, Rich Hill's 200 cheaper. I'm still going there for the K upside.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. They shit on Maeda, though, yesterday.
It's true.
All right. Mike, your New York Yankees.
Yo. Yep, they destroyed Alex Cobb last season, if I'm not mistaken. But you can't really look at one game. And it is Michael Pineda. So we'll see what happens in this game. It should be intriguing. Again, I'm not really sure what's going on with this lineup. I don't necessarily agree with it. Gary Sanchez batted in the 3-hole all season, the end of last season, and worked out pretty good, Why try to put Greg Bird in there when he hasn't played at all last season,
The only thing I can...
Strange.
I just think they're going to see more righties than lefties. All right, I'm done.
No, they will, and I think against lefties, I think you'll see Ellsbury drop down in the order, maybe to 9, or maybe they go Ellsbury, Gardner, Sanchez against lefties. I don't know, man. What's going to happen?
I don't think I stack either team in this game, but it is worth mentioning Steven Souza's BVP versus Michael Pineda is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, Steven Souza, 19 at-bats, 4 home runs, 3 doubles. So 7 extra base hits in 19 at-bats. That's a WOBA of 713. Granted, it's an extremely small sample size, and Mike doesn't believe in anything BVP, but...
I just don't believe in small sample sizes, man. I believe in BVP if it was a large sample size.
I just got to give you shit, Mike.
That's 6+ games.
That's sizable enough for me, but if you look at... let's look at batter matchups in this game. Evan Longoria right at average. Brad Miller has had some success versus Pineda, I believe. 20 at-bats. He has 1 home run, 2 triples, 2 doubles. So 5 extra base hits in 20 plate appearances. Not bad.
Not bad.
And then Steven Souza, his matchup WOBA is actually 297, which isn't very good. But his BB, it's not updated. Never mind. It would be much higher. I edited something earlier, so disregard that. I guarantee that matchup WOBA would be over like 350. So.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't think I look. Brad Miller and Steven Souza, I could see as a two-man stack in this game. Other than that, I'm really not looking anywhere in this game besides actually rostering Michael Pineda, and that's just because of the upside with the Ks, and that's GPP.
What's y'all's take on Gary Sanchez, man?
He's got to bust out of the slump. It's just a matter of time, man. And his price is going to start dropping soon if he doesn't, and someone's going to catch him. And yeah.
Once he hits
today, do you think people are going to be off him until he hits one?
I mean, he's always in play, I think. I've rostered him the last 2 days in a row or whatever. 2 times he's played. And he's giving me goose eggs, but I don't know, man. I didn't catch much of this game. I only saw like 2 of his at bats. How's he looking, Mike, in the box?
He looking. He looks pretty good, man. I don't. I'm very tempted to go there today, from how he's been looking.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, I haven't seen it, so.
Jeremy says he can't roster Gary anymore until he does something. That's fair. Like I said, his price is going to start dropping.
Yeah, I'm not.
And someone's going to catch him.
I'm not.
Yeah,
going there.
definitely. I'm intrigued by the Yankees' bottom of the order, with Headley and Castro. I know. Obviously, I don't think Headley does that again. But Castro started off. He was the hottest player on the Yankees in April. I can see that continuing this season based on these 2 games. He just looks pretty locked in. And then Torreyes, you could take the same thing about Torreyes last season. He was probably one of the hottest hitters the Yankees had in April. And then throw Judge right in between them. I think that's a cheap little stack.
I like Judge. He's due. I mean, he's got a 50% fly ball rate.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, one of those are going to go out, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Philly, Cincinnati. This is the one game that is in a very, very high risk to be postponed. There actually was news. One of my Twitter sources said that this game was going to be postponed. It has since been rescinded, and it is now a high risk postponed game. So be very cautious of this. There are heavy storms moving towards Cincinnati, but if this game plays, there are a lot of plays to like here.
I'm checking the radar right now. It drops down from 100% to 30% at 9 o'clock. I could see a long delay. Okay. And then 0 for the rest of the night.
So possibly a long delay. We did see that happen the other day, though. There was a long delay, and then the Tigers postponed Monday's game. So just watch out for that. You'll never... I mean, it's hard to predict. Luckily, this game is... Actually, no, not luckily. It's an early game because the lineup will lock, right? It locks at the game slot. It doesn't lock when it actually tips off, right? Or first pitch?
Locks at the start of the game, yeah. Time slot, I believe.
Time slot, yeah. So you're kind of hoping it plays at that point. So just be cautious. But, again, if this game plays, there are some really, really nice plays from this. Look at Jared Eichhoff's splits versus left-handers. Absolutely awful. Awful. 1.6 home runs per 9. No Ks. His WOBA is 348. And then, let's go look at Joey Votto. 411 WOBA versus right-handed bats. 19 at-bats per home run. A 444 OBP, a 305 average. So, Joey Votto is very much in play. He would be a one-off on Cincinnati if this game does play against Eichhoff. And then for me on the other side, I look at the other reverse, and that's Tommy Joseph down in the 5-hole. His WOBA versus lefties is 383. And I love that.
His price on FanDuel is like pennies. He's more than twice the amount on DraftKings than he's on FanDuel.
Here's the only thing I worry. Look at Brandon Finnegan. He is a extreme reverse splits pitcher. 231 average versus righties, 301 versus lefties, and he throws left-handed.
I think that fell off like the last 5 or 6 games of the end of the season.
This is a three-year average.
3 year running.
But what I'm saying is look at Tommy Joseph's at-bat home run versus lefties and look at Brandon Finnegan's home run per 9 versus righties.
Yeah,
At minimum salary on FanDuel.
1.6.
Yeah,
no, absolutely. That's his one thing. That's the only reason. Look at it. So this tells you this is why Woba is so huge, right? So look at this. Average in OBP, really, really low versus right-handers compared to left-handers, but his Woba is so much higher. And that's because he allows twice as many home runs to righties per 9 as he does lefties. 1.6.
I'm just thinking Tommy Joseph's the cheapest home run punt you're going to get.
Yep.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, he did give up 27 jacks to right-handed bats, Finnegan.
So.
And actually, 2016 batting average versus righties was better than lefties.
I don't think Franco's got to be in play for that too. And then if you're going to go there, you could maybe try and get with Hernandez and Kendrick to get on base. I don't know how much I like that. I'd rather just pick one. And at least, and Tommy Joseph at 4.2 on DraftKings I don't know how much I like that.
Yeah,
Rupp's a good
minimum
punt.
salary.
Yeah, he's.
You could punt Rupp.
Yeah, you could.
I love Tommy Joseph today, but look at Rupp's got a 382 Woba versus lefties, so.
He hits the ball hard, man. If you haven't seen him play.
Yeah.
He's like Evan Gaddis' size.
Mm-hmm.
And Evan Gaddis, when he played for Atlanta, they did a sports science on him, and he was bigger than the entire Falcons linebackers.
Is Evan Gaddis? I guess we haven't got there yet, but
no.
Evan Gaddis is playing tonight, I believe.
If this game does play, a little 3-man I thought about running would be Votto, Duvall, and Schiebler.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah.
I like Votto for his floor, man.
Duvall's a righty reverse guy. Hits righties better. Look at that, 15.5 home runs.
At bats per home run, yeah.
Or at bat.
Ginger asked, "Do you play Trout?" I mean,
no.
It's
no
Mike.
Thanks.
It is Mike Trout, so you always got to look there. But yeah, for the price, I think there's better plays.
I'd rather play Trey Turner, who is outfield eligible on DraftKings. Haha.
Mike. All right, so you got a rookie. Actually, is he still rookie eligible?
I don't know. I'll tell you right now. Talon.
Jameson Talion. Obviously, Benettendi's a rookie, but
I think he still is.
I think he only got called up near the end of the year, so I don't think he qualified as a full year.
He had 104 innings.
I think their threshold is 102. No, it isn't. No, I think it's 80. So he might not qualify anymore. Anyways, doesn't matter. Young pitcher up against this powerful Boston lineup. Mookie Betts is not in the lineup today, replaced by Chris Young.
Platoon guy, man. He's been that way all his career.
Chris Young?
I think he has twice the amount of, maybe even 3 times the amount of plate appearances versus righties than he does lefties. Which I don't know if I totally agree with.
He's a righty. He's a right-hander too, so that's.
I know. I had to look it up on Baseball America or Baseball Prospectus or whatever it was. And in his short stint with the Yankees, for whatever reason, they platooned him versus lefties. He had like over 300 average versus lefties and like under 100 versus righties. So
I just pulled it up. He hit 330 last year versus lefties and 240 versus righties. I don't know what you're doing there, Boston, but Mookie Betts is a better player.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Mookie Betts is hurt. He
is he?
Yeah, he was
I didn't see that.
He was a day-to-day, so that's why it's not that they don't want Mookie Betts in the lineup.
Is this the third straight game with Henley and Mitch Moreland in the lineup?
Is Mitch?
It's not something that I was expecting.
I'm not sure if Mitch Moreland has been in the lineup all 3 games. I couldn't give you an honest answer.
For some reason, I feel like it is.
I think he has, Mike.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think we got to look at that going forward.
Okay. Do you look at a stack? Well, okay. So let's talk about Chris Sale first. Obviously, first game in Boston. I'm so torn on him, man. I mean, the dude's he can strike out guys with the best of them, but too many times last year I saw him get blown up.
I mean, look, you got a Pittsburgh righty heavy lineup playing at Fenway.
Short porch. He's cash, but first game I'd probably stay away for the salary.
I mean, his splits are clearly normal, right? But like extreme. You go from green to red versus lefty righty, up and down.
Yeah, but look at the K rate still.
The K rate's there,
I mean,
but look at the home runs, dude. Look at the home runs.
Yeah, but
0.4 versus lefties.
The only thing is his red is green to half the other pitchers in the league.
This is true, but you're also paying a premium price for him, is what I'm getting at, right? And you're facing an entire minus 2 guys right-handed lineup. Not to say Chris Sale doesn't, he is he matchup proof when he's on, yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know if he's worth that premium price to me.
The only reason why I would say you could roster him today is he hasn't faced hit ever.
Yeah.
He hasn't faced whoever?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. I mean, we saw
He's never
we
pitched
saw that
against him.
with San Diego, half their team being rookies playing Kershaw for the first time in their life. That obviously bodes for the pitcher. But again, like I said off the top, I just kind of glazed over him because of the lineup in Fenway, and then the fly ball percentage to righties.
Captain Jenks says he needs to get his pitching right on DraftKings. Who do we like? So I mentioned Pineda. I like Pineda. Again,
and I got to go in 5 minutes, so I'd like to talk my
Go ahead, do your picks.
Go for it,
plays. Yeah, so for pitchers, I already talked about this. I think I like Rich Hill over DeGrom. That's where I'm paying up to today. But I like Pineda. Obviously, he's a boomer bust guy. Only he can strike out 12 guys and give up 12 runs in the same game. But I just like this game, and when he gets a lead and he gets some confidence, he's better than he can be the best pitcher on this slate. So it is kind of up to the Yanks to get some runs on the board for him. For my cheap guy, so I guess I'll just go with that. I'll just go expensive guy. Pineda, I guess, is somewhat expensive, but he's in the mid-range to me. And then for cheap, I think I'm going to go Tyler Chatwood against Milwaukee, just because he's going to get the run support. He's a great strikeout pitcher. If you look at his splits last year, his away splits last year, just dominated on the road. Let me see if I have the stats in front of me. I know I wrote it down somewhere. Anyway, I don't have him. Oh, yeah, here it is. His road ERA was 1.69 last season. So, for that reason, I think he's worthy of a punt. And again, Willie Peralta is not that great. So, and we're talking about this Colorado stack, but I do like some guys on Milwaukee, though. I know we haven't got there. I think Travis Shaw is going to get everyday playing time. I feel like he's going to earn it in this park, and he's hot to start the season. I like him today, batting cleanup. Any other pitcher? I think. I like the idea of James Paxton, but going up against Houston, I don't know if that's such a DFS play if you're only playing one or two lineups. But that's where I'm at with pitching.
Any stacks you're looking at? Throw out a couple before you head out.
Yeah, so stacks. Obviously, I'm gonna try and go back to Colorado. It's expensive. It's like an expensive way to go. Like I think my two favorite stacks are both pretty expensive with Arizona and Colorado. My favorite plays off Colorado are Blackman, Arenado, and Cargo, obviously. But I think you can still be okay if you wanted to go like a two-man with Story and Gerardo Parra, who's having a great
start of the year, yeah.
Yeah, he's having a great little revenge series against the Brewers.
That's true, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting to me. I think you can go both ways in that game if you wanted to. In order to get one of those two stacks, I think you have to punt. So like the lineup, I have Pineda and Chatwood, and I have a double stack with Arizona and Colorado, the best I could.
Okay. With
a couple one-offs. But if you want to pay up to Rich Hill and get somebody in the mid-range like Pineda, you're going to have to find some cheap value. And in that lineup, I just have a Colorado stack with some cheap one-offs that I like Duda and Travis Shaw.
Cool.
But so if you would like to join me, I'm going to head over to Facebook. And actually, I got to build my NBA lineup real quick and talk some basketball. But I guess we'll have to feel it out and Best of luck, guys. Maybe I can come back for the last 5 minutes here.
We'll probably still be on, probably past it, and we'll just talk a little more.
All right, word.
But
That sounds good.
all right, dude. We'll see you in a minute.
All right, guys. Later.
Later, Mike.
Let Josh get up on full screen there. Go away, Mike. There it is. All right. Cool. We're back. All right. So we talked Pittsburgh, Boston, Seattle, Houston. This is a game I'm also looking at potential stack here.
I like both sides, honestly.
I love going against Charlie Morton, man. Look at those numbers versus left-handed hitters. 340 average, 361 OBP, 340 WOBA. And there are some powerful left-handed bats on Seattle. And then you can look at James Paxton is a reverse split guy. Terrible versus left-handers. Unfortunately, there are no left-handers except for Josh Reddick in Houston's lineup tonight. But
I don't think Houston's thinking that he's that bad versus lefties. So, it's the Houston Astros, man. They got guys that can hit the baseball. I don't think the 245 versus right-handers scares me that much.
yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, they are still Houston, right? And I think Houston's got to get on track here. So, definitely in play. I can look at Altuve again. I can look at Correa. Although Beltran will bat left-handed. I'm not sure why.
No, Beltran will bat right-handed.
Oh, that's right. Paxton's left-handed. Duh. My bad.
Yeah, you could. I don't know.
Evan Gattis.
I'm not going there, but yeah, I like Gattis.
And then you know who's a potential, right? Just based on how bad Morton is versus lefties, is Mike Zunino is a punt at catcher.
Yeah, he's boomer bust, home run upside.
100%. But I do like Cano. I have a two-man stack with Cano and Seager in this, so I'm not playing either pitcher. I'm not touching either, but there are plays I'm going against both of them.
I mean, just take a gander at Mitch Haniger and Zunino's fly ball rate.
Yeah, 46 and 53.
They're both right-handers in the short porch to left.
Yep.
I could see something there tonight.
Maybe you go a Haniger who's still dirt cheap on FanDuel. A Haniger, Cano, Seager. You can even throw in Cruz if you really want to. Or Zunino.
I could get behind that. Yeah. I can get behind all five of those guys there.
Theo likes George Springer as well, who does really well versus lefties. 390 WOBA, 15 at-bats per home run.
Yeah. Speed upside there.
Yep.
He's been caught stealing twice, I think.
Yeah.
I think he'll get one here soon.
He's going to keep trying. Colorado, Milwaukee. Dude, this is one of my favorite stacks of the slate. I love Colorado. I have them all over my lineups. Willie Peralta versus left-handers. Awful. Now, granted, he hasn't been in the league for forever, but he doesn't strike out, and he gives up. His WOBA is 369 versus lefties, and 363 at home. Those two, I love Colorado's left-handed bats, and they're left-handed heavy, man. If I'm betting on this game, I bet Colorado, and I bet the over. I'm sorry, but if you guys are gamblers,
what's the over?
I don't know what it is.
It's 8.5, I think, or no, it might be actually 9. I saw it earlier.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
It's 9 runs.
Bro, I could see the over on this. Milwaukee.
I think Colorado's implied total is 5.4. Was the last time I saw it.
That's pretty fair, but I can see. I have one lineup with Arenado, Blackman, Parra, and Gonzalez in it. All 3 outfielders, and then Arenado. And look at these WOBAs versus right-handed bats, dude. 369 for Blackman, 384 for Gonzalez, 379 for Arenado, and then Parra's only 318. But Parra's been hot as hell. So, and look at these home runs, dude. This is ridiculous. 16 at bats per home run, Gonzalez versus righties. Arenado 15.9, so 16. Trevor Story 15. You got to look at him as well. Blackman's 24. You got stolen base upside. I mean, there's just so much to like on Colorado today.
Oh yeah. If I'm going to say anyone's going to hit a home run in this game, it's going to be Story or Arenado. They're seeing the ball very well. I think Story had 3 walks yesterday. I mean,
That's probably more than he had all of last year.
yeah, that's his on base percentage was shit, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all over Colorado today. I think you could go Villar, Braun, and Shaw, but anywhere else,
You got to look at Thames too, man. Thames has been
Thames.
Thames and Shaw, as you mentioned. I like that. Braun has been hot to start the year too. He's been seeing the ball
Yep.
really, really well. So you can make an argument for that 1 through 4. I personally won't roster Chatwood. I definitely won't touch Willie Peralta, but
No.
I am a fan. I could go. I love, like I said, Blackman, Gonzalez, Arenado, Story, and Parr from Colorado, and then I love. Not love, but I can see a Milwaukee 1 through 4.
I mean, you can get behind Walters too. He's got the
Yeah, that's true.
platoon. I hate rostering
An 8 guy.
low lineup guys, but I feel like that's been the trend lately the last couple days. I mean, look, Brian McCann hit a home run yesterday. Who's the first baseman for Houston in the 9-hole yesterday?
See, if I'm gonna punt catcher though, I think I'm gonna go Zanino for the upside.
Oh yeah, Zanino or Real Muto.
Yeah, I like Zanino for the power upside, but Rio Muto can get you consistent points.
Yeah.
Another game that's extremely stackable is San Francisco and Arizona. So, as I mentioned, all these lineups are confirmed, so what you see on the screen is correct. Gorkys Hernandez is back in leadoff. Span's probably going to be out a little bit. I think he's going to be chalk because he's so cheap. So, watch out for that. I really don't like him against Walker tonight, but I think he will be chalk, so watch out for that. I don't really like a giant stack at all tonight, really. I'm really looking at Arizona 1, 3, 5, and then you mentioned Ionita as well. So 1, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah, I can get behind Owings or Ahmed too. Probably more Ahmed. He's got more of the power upside. But yeah, I'm going here in Colorado. Paul Goldschmidt, like we said earlier, he's going to be the highest ownership on the slate, probably for any position.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
They've increased chances of Cincinnati, Philly playing to 75-25. So 75% chance they play. They're saying that they're getting lucky being in between the 2 worst storms. So
Yeah, I saw the second one. It's moving at the northeast at a pretty steady pace. Was that from Kevin Roth?
no, this is from another weather report I have. Pretty reliable guy, MLB DFS weather.
MLB, yeah. All right. Kevin Roth just tweeted out 4 minutes ago. Since he looks to be shooting the gap between worst of storms, not perfect, but as lucky as they could get, slight upgrade, still some risk.
Yeah. So, okay. But yeah, so I love Pollock. I love Goldsmith. I mean, look at these OBP or Wobas versus lefties. 390, 454. Yasmani Tomas is a lefty killer. That's really all he does. He can't hit righties to save his life. But 405,
Nope.
Woba. And then Ionetta, who you mentioned, was brought in just to be a lefty guy. So,
You can get behind Drury, too.
yeah, Drury.
I mean, look at that. 19 bats per home run there.
Yeah. 18 for Goldschmidt, 23 Pollock, 16 for Tomas, 23 for Ionetta. Yeah, there's some power potential here. Matt Moore has pitched well in Arizona. I mean, it was only 1 game last year. He did pitch pretty well, but I'll take my chances on the Woba here and go with an Arizona stack.
Yeah, just before we go to the next team, check out Taiwan Walker's home run per 9. That's 1.4 to both sides. And
Yeah.
remember, like you said earlier, that's in Safeco.
Yeah,
now we
that's
just
true.
moved up to a top 3 hitters park. So he could end up with like a 1.8 at the end of the year.
This is very true. Good point. Because now I was off Giants completely, but 1.
I am too, but
1.4 going from Safeco to what the hell is it called? Chase Field. I think
yep.
I think Brandon Belt can come and play. Brandon Crawford has been hot as fuck, dude. Brandon
I
Crawford,
think
hot as hell to
Pence.
start the year. Pence is in play. You know who's going to be a sleeper? I'll give you this one. Is Jarrett Parker, dude. This guy hits home runs like crazy versus right-handers. Look at this WOBA, 405. That dude is a punt play right there. Everyone's going to be on Gorky's. Look at Jarrett Parker.
Oh no, I see you, man.
Everybody's going to be on Gorky's, man. Jarrett Parker is my punt play from this game. I'm not going after Gorky's. If I'm gonna play, I'm gonna go Parker.
And bottom half of the order, I mean, growing up playing baseball, when you roster your kids or whatever, you put the guys that can't really hit in the bottom half of the order, but that means you're going to see fastballs.
Yep.
I mean, being in the bigs, it's a whole different ballgame, but yeah, he went from park factor. What was it? All right. Safeco was 29th in the league to 10th now. Chase.
Okay. Interesting. The moment you realize Seager has a brother. Yeah, there's two Seagers in the
better.
league. Yeah, I like Corey better than Kyle too, but I like Kyle in this matchup today.
Corey Seager was better than his brother in high school.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kyle.
All right, LA Oakland. This guy is a guy I'm looking at today, Drell Cotton. Very, very young, very raw. Pure GPP play, right? Not proven at all, but there's pros and cons. LA doesn't have a great offense, but they don't strike out. Cotton doesn't have the highest strikeout percentage, so I don't expect a lot of Ks in this game, which limits upside. But I do like what the dude can throw. So
I was on Cotton earlier, but I don't know. LA's righty killers you got Mike Trout, Pujols, Crone. They all hit righties pretty well. Even Cole Calhoun. Look at all this WOBAs. Look at the top 5 WOBAs. They're all over 320.
Yep. No, I agree.
Uh,
And you got to put Mike Trout in play, dude. You got to look at him. I don't think he's my favorite play, but it's still Mike Trout, man.
You got to. Baseball is all luck when we're talking about the home run. We're looking for home runs, right?
Yep.
So you got Mike Trout at 4,900, I think he is. And I guarantee there will be someone at 2,200 or below today that's going to hit a home run. Now, granted, you're not going to leave 2,700 on the table salary, but you can go other places and still look what you're finding or find what you're looking for.
Fair.
I think if I don't roster Mike Trout unless it's a small slate for the rest of the year, I won't be upset.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. Dude.
That's a bold statement.
I really like the lineup I just made. I'm going to share this with you guys. So I got Michael Pinedo at pitcher. I went Yasmani Grandal, who I really like today against lefties. I'm sorry, against a righty. He'll bat left-handed. I went a giant stack, so I went Brandon Belt, Brandon Crawford, and Jarrett Parker, all lefties. Jarrett Parker's minimum salary. Brandon Crawford's still 2-4. And then I was
Nolan, Cargo, Blackman.
I went Bryce, Daniel Murphy, Nolan Arenado, and Charlie Blackman.
I was close.
Do you like Blackman or Cargo more? Because I think I like Blackman a little more.
Blackman.
Yeah.
He's got the power and stolen base upside.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so yeah, I really like that lineup. Actually.
That is super GPP.
100%. And like I said, I'm betting on
your Giants. All of them will be under 5%. Yep. I'm gonna say.
I'm betting on Walker to have a bad game and give up home runs in that park. Exactly.
And it's completely doable. He got blown up a lot last year, and I can see it.
So I'm going to make another one. I'm going to put Cotton as my pitcher here. Check this out. Before we get into this last game. Actually, do you like... So anyone besides... Are you stacking either of these teams? I don't think I look to stack either team.
No, I hate the park.
Yeah.
Oakland's last. I'm sorry.
This is
their bottom 4.
This is an extremely fadeable game.
Yeah,
Like I said,
I think it might.
the only guy I look at is Cotton from the A's and Trout because he's Mike Trout.
I was gonna say it has the lowest over under on the slate, but that's a lie. So
Josh is lying to the people.
it's actually New York Mets Atlanta is the lowest over under on the slate. I mean, you could get behind Chris Davis. He's a righty killer, isn't he?
Chris Davis?
Yeah.
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 So I'm going to go...
I mean, he's still swinging the bat well. You can't take him out of play. But Ryan Healy, I mean, you can go places. Yeah. Ryan Healy's got the best WOBA there.
I'm kind of going to go with game stack here, actually. So I went Cotton.
Arizona, San Fran.
I can actually go up from Cotton to Matt Moore, which I'm not going to do. Yeah, I stay with Cotton. So I have Cotton, Grandal, Paul Goldschmidt, Daniel Murphy, Nolan Arenado, Brandon Crawford, Bryce Harper, Jarrett Parker, and A.J. Pollock.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not. I was high on Cotton earlier. I think I'm completely off of him.
That's fine. Like I said, he's a punt play for me, but I
Oh, yeah.
the other one I can do is I might like this a little more. Oh, I think I do. I think I'm going to do this instead. I have Cotton. I changed Daniel Murphy to Robinson Cano, who I mentioned I really like today. And then I went from Brandon Crawford to Trey Turner. And then I just have Jarrett Parker as a punt play. So instead of stacking the game, I'll just put Jarrett Parker as a punt play and have Grandal, Cano, and Arenado as one-offs with Turner, Harper, Pollock, and Goldschmidt.
I like that. I like that better than what you had the one before.
Aaron asks, Story or Correa? I go Story.
Story.
All right, let's do it.
1 second.
You're good. Jump to this last game. This, again, another very, very stackable game. Los Angeles cannot hit lefties to save their life. They made Clayton Richard look like Clayton Kershaw last night. By the way, Cincy is delayed but not postponed. They are going to wait out the rain. 80-20 they play.
Yeah, that could be a GPP play there too.
Yep. So, I was mentioning the Dodgers made Clayton Richard look like Clayton Kershaw last night. They can't hit lefties to save their life. And against Cahill, man, look at these splits versus lefties. 352 WOBA, terrible strikeouts, 26% fly ball. And then look at all the Dodgers lefties in here. And then Justin Turner, who is a right reverse split guy, so he kills righties. Yep. There's literally, you can make an argument
for every single guy on this team.
Up and down this team, dude. Andrew Tolles is still dirt cheap. You got Corey Seager, who I love. Justin Turner, who I like. Agon, who has great BVP. Forsythe, I think I stay away from. But Jock Peterson and Grandal definitely in play. Huge home run potential from Jock Peterson. And let's look at the matchups here. I just want to see. What's the name? Cahill. Look at these matchup wobas. All of them are in the green. Jock Peterson, 3.17. Corey Seager, 3.9. 3.9. Justin Turner, 3.37. Jock Peterson, 3.17. Adrian Gonzalez, 3.45. Let's see BVP here.
I can get behind it.
Captain Jank said Rich Hill may throw 80 to 90 pitches. Team will said they will build him up, so that's something to watch for.
I'd shout that out to Mike, maybe. I know he's going there.
Yeah. Adrian Gonzalez, great history versus Cahill. 3 home runs, 3 doubles in 30 at-bats. Grandal has had some history versus him. No home runs, but is 4 for 14 or 4 for 10. Again, none of these are or huge sample sizes besides Gonzalez, so I don't look there. Obviously, Andre Ethier is not in play. But these matchups, man, they anytime I see all green here, this is just beautiful.
Yeah, you can stack up and down there.
So that's
I think it's going to be chalkier than most stacks.
It is going to be a chalky stack today. That is for sure. All right, so let's talk some lineups. What we got? So questions and lineups, guys. We got 20 minutes until lock. Josh and I will sit here. We'll answer some questions. Lineup questions, help you build some lineups. Josh and I will kind of talk about some lineups we're throwing out. And floor is open.
Josh? I'll start off with what I'm rolling. I'm going to pull it up. I honestly forgot off the top of my head. I'm going Pineda. I really like Chris Iannetta. I think for minimum salary on FanDuel, even in the 7-hole, I like it. Goldschmidt, Daniel Murphy, Nolan Arenado, Trey Turner, Curtis Granderson, Pollock, and Tomas. I'm going heavy Diamondbacks.
Okay.
With a couple ones.
Captain Jenks asks, what do you think of Justin Bour at first base or Duda? I like Duda over Bour, for sure.
I can get behind both. I think Bour has a better chance of home run, but I like the more bats around the Mets.
Okay, fair. ECWS, what are your guys' favorite pitchers for the Express Slate? What's the Express Slate? I don't even have that. I haven't. Can you pull that up? Tell me what games are on there.
Yeah, 2 seconds. It is Cleveland, Texas, Seattle, Houston, Colorado, Milwaukee.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. That's terrible.
For FanDuel, Paxton or Tyler Chatwood, I would say. I guess those are really.
You're gonna fade the 2 power guys, Cole Hamels or Salazar.
That's true. I think I go Salazar over Hamels. For upside on Ks.
I'd probably lean the other way.
Okay.
Probably go Hamels over. Just because what is projected lineup of Cleveland? You got Carlos Santana, which I was completely off yesterday because he doesn't hit power from the right-hand side. Hit a home run yesterday.
Yep. I called that one, though.
But
I was all over that.
I think Lindor's better from the left-hand side as well. You got Geyer, who's fighting for a position. I think he'll do well. Ramirez is better from the left-hand side. Then you got Yandy Diaz, Austin Jackson, Roberto Perez, and Abraham Almonte. Those are 4 baseball players that I can really never roster for the rest of the year.
Murphy, Blackman, good for one-offs? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Duda or Belt? Man, that's tough. The homer in me says Belt, but I think I go Duda. I don't know.
I think they both have the same home run upside tonight.
Yeah.
I'd go Duda just because I think more runs are going to be scored with the Mets.
And then
Bautista, Pollock, or Cargo.
I go Pollock.
Pollock.
I like Pollock versus Moore today.
I'd say Pollock and Cargo over Bautista.
Yeah. So I'll share. So let me tell you. So the stacks I have currently, because I know those are important. The pitchers I'm playing 3 pitchers today: Pineda, Cotton, and Rourke. Those are the only 3 pitchers I have up and down my lineups. The stacks I am using are: I have a Grandal, Turner, Seager, Peterson stack for the Dodgers. I have a giant stack of Belt, Crawford, and Parker. I told you guys that. That's a super GPP one. I have a Dodgers stack. I'm sorry, a Rocky stack of Arenado, Blackman, Gonzalez, and Parra. Jason said no DeGrom. Wow.
What happened?
Where did you get no DeGrom from? We were talking on the Express Slate. That's the pitchers. We were talking the pitchers on the express slate. That was the question. So DeGrom is in play, yes. He's not on the express slate, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I almost like DeGrom more now than Rich Hill, if Rich Hill's going to be on an 85 pitch count.
Yeah, I agree. So I mentioned the Rockies stack. I have a Diamondback stack of Tomas, Pollock, and Goldschmidt. You can throw Ionetta in there. I'm not. I have no DeGrom at all. No, I don't. I'm not paying up that high for pitcher. The highest I'm going is Tanner Roark. That's just a personal decision. It's not that I don't think DeGrom's a good play. He's just not my favorite one today. Captain Jenks asked for DraftKings, if you go with the Rockies stack, what low-end pitcher works? And I think Chatwood is probably that. You can go Cotton if you want. Cotton's cheap. But you're kind of you're throwing a dart on both those guys.
I got to pull up the slate. Hold on.
And then...
Yeah. I could get behind Garrett Richards, too.
Okay. Yeah, against Oakland, that's true. Cotton is way more on DraftKings. Interesting. Crawford or Cabrera? Crawford. Crawford is hot, and I like his home run potential. The last stack that I really like is the Toronto one, man. That's Kendry Morales, Russell Martin, Josh Donaldson, and Jose Bautista. And then I have a national stack with that, which is Daniel Murphy, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Adam Eaton. Super expensive stack, but I went Cotton as my pitcher. So Tomas or Gerardo Parra? Tomas, yep. Jason says if you're on FanDuel, I think Cargo is much better than Cespedes tonight. I agree with that. I like that game better.
Yep.
Theo says Parra for cash, Thomas for GPP. I think that's a fair assessment. Tomas is pure upside, yep.
And I think Parra's ownership is lower than Tomas as well tonight.
Yep. Cespedes or Granderson. I go Granderson because lefty versus righty. But Cespedes is in play, and I believe Granderson's actually cheaper.
Yeah, Granderson's $900 cheaper, I believe. He's actually pretty low tonight. $2,800 Granderson. Will I lock a Mets outfielder tonight? I can go so many spots in outfield, and I do have Curtis Granderson. But if I had the salary cap, I could go elsewhere. I don't think a Mets guy is a lock. I think if you need to lock anyone, it'd probably be a Colorado outfielder.
I agree. Any other questions? Got about 10 minutes until lock, or at least the first slate. I'm going to look at some of these lines real quick. I'm going to see if I want to throw a bet in.
I know, my account got canceled right now. You could take the money line in Colorado.
What's the money 100%. Line?
I think it's 130.
That is very doable. Colorado 121.
130.
121 on the side I'm seeing.
I got Roto shows 135. I don't know what my bookie says, but
Captain Jenks, is it worth taking a chance on this Reds game? Yes, it looks like they are going to play after a lengthy delay. So you're going to be waiting a couple hours, but that game will get underway. If you want to consider that kind of a late night hammer, I guess you can say, and very low owned.
Low dollar GPPs only.
Yeah. Hap or Paxton? I go Hap.
Man, that's a tough one for me. Hap's a better pitcher, but I think Houston is struggling more.
That's a fair assessment.
Do you like Reds 1 through 5? I could get 1 through 4, 6, 8 with the Reds. I like Barnhart as a punt at catcher, and I like Scott Schiebler today, but I would roster Schiebler over Billy Hamilton. I think Cameron Rupp is a above average defensive catcher. Kyle, do you know that off the top of your head?
What?
Stolen base percentage on Cameron Rupp.
Oh, how many stolen bases are against him?
Yeah, I think he's above average in stolen base rate.
Yeah. I don't have the number.
Brandon and remember, Finnegan is a left, or no, Eichhoff is a righty. Never mind. Yeah, Billy Hamilton has stolen base upside, of course. I'd probably, if it was me, I'd go 2, 3, 6, 8 Cincinnati. I mean 3, 4, 6, 8. Sorry. Votto, Duvall, Schiebler, Barnhart.
Beef or Yasmani Grandal? I go Yasmani. Captain Jenks asks, which Reds do you like? Votto and Schiebler and Duvall.
Hello?
Hey, 1 second. Hey, Vic.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you get my text?
Huh?
Did you get my text?
When? Right now?
Yeah. Can you throw 100 on the Rockies money line and Yankees money line for me?
Just the money line?
Just the money line.
Okay. So, I'll look at the text right now. It was loud in there. I couldn't hear shit.
You're good.
It just came up.
All right, buddy. I'll call you back.
All right.
All right.
Attaboy, Kyle. $100 par.
Parlay, yep.
Like it. I wouldn't have chose the Yankees, but
I like Pineda. I'm rocking with it.
I like Pineda too, but that I'd rather go DeGrom or something.
Well, the money line is much higher on the Mets. So.
Or Rourke.
Yeah,
or Rourke.
money line is just so much higher. So I'll go. What's the money line on the Mets or the Nationals?
165.
Yeah, I'll take the Yankees and Colorado. So Yasmani Grandal. Any other questions before lock? Pineda has really high hard contact rate against Tampa. Kind of scary. Absolutely. Kyle sounding like a mafia boss in that call.
You did. Hey, Rick. Let me get 100.
Against lefties, I mean. Sorry, not Tampa.
Well, who's Tampa throwing out for lefties?
Let's see. Let's look at that.
Not much. You got, I don't even think, Dickerson, Kiermaier, Miller, Lomo, Malik, Smith.
Yeah, Dickerson, Miller,
Dick.
Morrison, and Smith. They don't have Kiermaier's right-handed.
No, Kiermaier's left-handed.
Is he?
Yeah.
Why do I have him as
He's a reverse split guy.
Why the fuck do I have him as a right-hander?
I think he's a reverse split guy.
Let me look now, because now it's going to bug me if I'm wrong again.
Yeah, there's a lot of decent power lefties in that lineup, but Tampa Bay is like the worst in strikeout rate, especially Corey Dickerson.
Damn it,
he strikes out a ton.
Do we like Sale at all with the Pirates never seeing him? Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, Sale's definitely got potential, right, with the high Ks and whatnot.
I think Sale bumps up my favorite cash play of the night with K rate.
The only issue with Sale, like we mentioned, is his home run percentage against righties, and that Boston short porch. So, or that green monster, whatever you want to call it. So that's the only thing.
Pineda, they have Rich Hill as a 54% chance to win, Pineda as 48, and Sale as 44. I like that.
I think Rich Hill's definitely probably got the best percentage of chance to win because 80 to 90 pitches should get him through 5 innings. It's just a matter of if that bullpen holds it.
You want to hear the top 4 percentage for pitchers to give up a home run tonight?
Who? Probably Pineda.
J.A. Happ at 89%. Dylan Bundy at 88%.
Makes sense, that game.
Bartolo Colon at 73%.
Makes sense.
Salazar 70%. And I'll just throw one more for you. Straley at 70%.
Oh yeah, I'm all over Straley going that national stack, so I can see that. I'm glad that Pineda's not high on that list.
No, Pineda is mid-tier.
Hey, let's go.
Taiwan Walker's at 60%.
I'll take that. I'm telling you, dude. Jarrett Parker, I really like that play tonight, man. I'm telling you, he's going to be super low owned. He's mid-salary. Fucking loving that.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Mike?
Yo, Mike.
I'm back.
Hey, listen to this lineup my buddy just sent me. I sort of like it. Sale, Realmuto, Belt, Murphy, Shaw, Turner, Eaton, Hernandez, Tomas.
Cesar Hernandez?
I believe so.
Hernandez?
No.
Or the guy for San Francisco.
San Fran.
Gorky's
What's his
Hernandez?
first name?
Gorky's.
Jorkis.
Gorky's.
Mike,
I like
something
the name
to
of,
be
like, yeah, what's up?
something to be noted. Rich Hill's on a 85 to 90 pitch count.
Oh,
They're
boy.
gonna work his way in.
Oh, you guys are killing me. All right, well, is that worthy of dropping to DeGrom, do you guys think?
Yeah.
I said yes.
Hmm.
I still like the K upside, but if
And
you're
on
looking
top
for
of that,
K upside, that means more pitches, in my opinion, too.
with that, Mike, with the K
True
upside,
that.
I think you have more percentage of a win chance with. Not that actually, no, I would say it's the same. DeGrom's got just as good of a chance to win against Atlanta.
Yeah, I think the Dodgers are going to score more runs than the Mets. So I think you're safe both ways, Mike. Someone said it,
It was worth
and I
noting.
confirmed it. It was worth noting.
Real quick, Mike.
That's cool. I think I'm going to do it just because it gets me get somebody else that I like.
I was talking about, so for the Giants today, we're looking at something that's...
Oh, yeah, check this out, Mike. You'll like this.
So Taijuan Walker, his home runs per 9, 1.4 versus right and left-handers, right? This was him playing at Safeco. Now he's moving to Chase Field in Arizona.
Yeah, you can say the same thing about Matt Moore.
Yep.
Going from Tampa Bay, Chase Field.
So
Tampa Bay's bottom.
here's what I like, dude. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, Brandon Belt, Woba versus righties, 361. Brandon Crawford has been absolutely hot to start the year, and Jarrett Parker has a 405. So everyone's going to be on Gorky's Hernandez tonight. Super cheap, right? I saw what he did last night. Jarrett Parker's my punt play, dude. Extreme, same exact price, both minimum salary, $2,000 on FanDuel. Jarrett Parker destroys lefties home runs wise. 15.
405 Woba.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think anybody will be on him either, so not that really matters, but I feel you, yeah.
Mike, who's your pitcher between Cleveland, Texas, Seattle, Houston, and Colorado, Milwaukee?
Who's my pitcher?
Who would you pick out of the Express slate?
I think I'm going, again, I think I would punt Chatwood.
Yeah.
Because of those road splits that I mentioned earlier.
I can get behind it.
Look at his road splits last year.
Mike, I placed a bet on your Yankees to win tonight, so.
Nice.
Dude,
There
he
we
sounded
go.
like the mob. It was the funniest thing.
I like Paxton too. I'm punting. I'm taking a chance on Paxton in a lineup today.
All right, any last minute
Against
questions?
Houston.
We got a minute until lock. Mike, also 80-20 chance since he plays. They're just going to be in a lengthy delay. They're going to sit out the first wave of that storm.
I think it's more of a FanDuel thing though because the pricing it doesn't really help me on DraftKings.
True. Sanchez or Grandal?
Did we talk about our lineups? You guys release lineups at all?
Yeah, we were talking about some stacks.
Yeah,
So I mentioned the stacks, the 3 pitchers I'm using.
I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show that I'm trying different approaches here, just to try and get my feet with what I think works out well. I'm not really playing much money here starting out, so I have a lineup where it's a 3-man stack, and then the rest are just one-offs. And then I have a lineup that is two. It's a 4-man stack, and the 3-man stack, and then 4, 4, and 1. Or no, it's 4, 3, and 1. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to continue to mess around with it.
Fun fact, Mike, this is so funny to me now because I don't care. Not that I don't care, but it doesn't affect me. D'Angelo Russell ruled out 5 minutes after lock in the NBA.
Yes. That helps me out too, man.
So it's just this is why I'm so glad baseball's here, man. I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. There's no late scratches, and if there is, there's late swap. Like, man, I'm so happy.
There's just so much value at guard today in the NBA. It's impossible to dredge through. But yeah, so here I'll let you guys know what I'm rolling with these lineups. See what you guys think. So like I said, I got Pineda and Chatwood is the probably the most tournament line, but that allowed me to do Goldschmidt, Pollock, and Tomas. And then I have Blackman, LeMahieu, Arenado. And then I have Sanchez and Shaw. So, and then the other lineup I have DeGrom and Paxton, Grandal, Duda, Castro, and then Arenado, Story, Parra, Judge, and Turner.
This is weird, dude. I'm looking at tomorrow's slate, just forecasting. There are 13 games, and on the main, there are only 4.
Welcome to baseball season.
Tomorrow, there's only 4 games on the main slate?
Yep, it's all the 7 o'clock games. Because a lot of teams are ending their series tomorrow, so they're day games. So 9 of the 13 games are day games.
Oh, it's at 12:35 lock tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm so glad my foreman's not going to be there. I can be like, hey, guys, I need like 20 minutes. Let me make a line.
Yeah, I read something that Detroit doesn't have a night game till like the end of April.
That's crazy.
It's so cold there.
Dude, I just made probably a lineup I might throw into the main. Oh, it's already locked.
Yeah, it's already, I was
Anyways.
going to say. It's fun while it lasted.
Dude, listen to this express lineup. I really like it. Paxton, Zunino, Thames, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
Cano, Arenado, Story, Blackman, Cargo, Nelson Cruz. NC Boomstick 23, baby.
Yeah, dude. Seattle, I think it's got a good shot today at some bombs.
Yeah, I'm all over that. We got any ownership going for the early?
Yeah, let's look at it. I got DraftKings for you guys. I'm in the 20 entry max moonshot with both those lineups.
I'm about to throw on the games. Turn this light on.
Trey Turner is 22% owned.
Fuck.
Same.
That's the only one I got, though. He's the only one I got.
Murphy's 15%.
Let me see what I got.
7-10s are about to start here in a second, though.
Let's see. Tanner Roark, 9%.
With a strikeout to start off the inning, Kyle.
Yeah,
Let's
that.
go.
Trumbo
No, I
at
need to go
9.9.
This shit started.
I have Harper at 23, Turner at 18. Daniel Murphy at 15. I don't have Roark in that GPP. I have him in a different one. Roark is only 3% owned. Wow. I was high on him all day, and he's only 3% owned. So, Devon Travis.
Kendrys Morales, 2.7.
Yeah, I have him 4.8. Russell Martin 5.2. Daniel Murphy 15. Donaldson 11. Turner 20. Bautista 9. Harper 22, and Eaton 7. I literally have all early from these 2 games. Literally, that was Toronto and National stack. And then I have Cotton as one guy in the late. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, where's Joey Rickard's ownership?
I don't know. I think that's going to be 0.1%.
Yeah, that should be
sort of guy.
low. That should be super low.
Damn. Should have went there. I had him for a little bit.
I liked him. I liked him. But it's still lefty is different to me, I feel like, than righty. I know it's reverse, and it still scares me. I hate going there. But if the numbers are there, you got to go there, I guess, right?
Looks good, I guess.
Joey Rickard at 2.3%. Wow.
Did you downgrade to DeGrom, Mike?
I did.
What was his percent?
I don't have it yet.
Oh, that's right.
Real Muto
Pineda
drew a walk.
at 17.8 and Curtis at 7.
Travis just
Real
struck
Muto
out.
drew a walk.
What about Duda?
Travis struck out.
I don't have any ownership yet for that Yankees game. It's still loading.
I really like Real Muto today. I was hot on him.
Oh, all right. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in. We will talk to you guys in Slack. As always, if you are interested in receiving this content, there's a link right down below. Sign up. You get a 7-day free trial, and you are all set. You're good to go, and you get access to Slack, everything and anything we offer. So, have a wonderful day, guys. Good luck, and we will talk to you on the flip.
Later, guys.